and we will be answering questions at the end of this presentation. We want to make sure that you understand everything that you've seen and heard, and don't feel shy. We're not going to bite. Please answer the question. If you don't want to unmute your mic, tap it into the chat and we will get to it directly after the presentation. Now, I'm going to introduce to you a young lady, Miss Tanya Evans Barnes. She is a one-star director out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Her and her husband are both members, so they get to travel even more. I believe she says she's traveled 28 trips using the membership. So that's a lot of savings that she has had. I want you to know that she's a mother, a grandmother, and she's a hard-working woman. She don't mind sharing this great company with everyone that she comes in contact with. So to everyone, meet Miss Tanya Evans Barnes, one-star director.
Well, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Marcy, Miss One-Star Director, for that awesome introduction. I am actually stepping in for Coach Deborah. She is on a pre-birthday celebration. She's our team ambassador, 6-figure income. I'm going to be like her when I grow up. So while Marcy is getting the presentation slides together, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. She said I'm a mom and a grandmother, and I came into Trevorium about 2 years ago, almost 3 coming up September. Funny how time flies. But all I wanted to do was travel, and when they said I could travel for free, when they said I could get paid to travel, I was like, look, man, it just makes sense to me. So that's when Trevorium comes in. And here at Trevorium, we say a better life requires a better way. Now, this is our legal disclaimer because we are going to talk about money, but everything that you see throughout this presentation, it can be done, but it's basically on your work ethic. Yeah, come on in the room. Because sharing this information is like, if you don't share it, it's like against the law. But what this is basically saying is, look, anything that you see and hear throughout this presentation can be done. But like I said, it's basically up to you what you do with it. These two right here, this wonderful couple I had the pleasure of meeting on one of our world tours last year, is David and Adela Hart. They are world-class entrepreneurs. They both have a combined 30 years of experience in both traditional business and direct sales. They established Trevorium in 2013. We've had over 400 annual % growth since 2019, right before we actually grew during the pandemic. We are global in 63 countries worldwide. Millions paid. We get paid on time, every time on Friday. Friday night just got paid. And he was an entrepreneur for the finalist at the age of 24 in Inc. magazines of Entrepreneur of the Year. They're very passionate, humble people. I've actually, sat down, had breakfast with them. And the home office is in Temecula, California. So it's not in nobody's backyard, as TJ Boss like to say. And this pre-birthday girl right here, this queen right here, is our team ambassador, Coach Deborah Taylor. Some call her Mama D, Coach D, but her name is spelled correctly on her check. She is a Leadership and Rising Star Award winner. She has a double ring bonus earner. She has 2 luxury car bonus earners. And like I said, she's 6 figures. So it is what it is. That's Coach D. So we like to ask people, if you had all the time and money in the world, what would you like to do? Well, if you're like me, most people dream of spending time with their loved ones, seeing the world, and living life on their own terms. We're a part of 3 of the largest industries: travel, social sharing, and direct sales. Now let's talk about this travel industry. So here at Travorium, we get to save up to 70% on travel. We earn travel points and we get paid to travel. We have 3 travel platforms. We have our getaways, our world tours, and our TravelNet rate booking site. So let's talk about the travel points. So we use the travel points on our Dreamcation platform. So your membership creates a travel point for every dollar that you spend. Your initial enrollment earns you 1 travel point on every dollar, and then your monthly fee earns you 2 travel points on every dollar. And you can use these on getaways, which is over 2,000 resorts all over the world. And some of these are personal trips that you take with family, group travel, whatever, and you can take them up for 8 days, 7 nights. In some places, you can get the rates as low as $0 after you apply your points. And you can use them on the world tours. Now, the world tours is what the CEO creates for us to either hang out together, do some training, or mind our own business. But that's there for us, and we get up to 70% off the retail rate. So those, I love both of them. Here's an example of one of our getaways, Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. This one right here is 8 days, 7 nights for $499 for the retail price. But after you apply your points, you can go for $0. No, that is not a typo. That is really $0 for 8 days, 7 nights, plus the tax. Here's another one, Canary Islands. The Canary Islands in Spain, you can get a studio room for 8 days. Now, if you're a platinum, which is I'm team platinum, you get it for $0. But if you're a titanium, you can get it for $14.14. Now, you can't stay in your own house for $14.14 a night. Here's another one of our getaways, Orlando, Florida. You can get a 1-bedroom suite for 8 days, 7 nights. Platinums, you can get it for $1 a night. Or titanium, $18.43 a night plus tax. Our Dreamcation platform allows anyone, anywhere in the world, on any budget. Because like I said before, your membership gives you 2 points for every dollar that you spend. So it's basically like taking $10 out of one pocket and put it in the next pocket, but it turns into 20. This year, we have over 100 world tours all over the world, and all you would have to do is pick where you want to go, apply your points, book it, and have a good time. Here's an example of one of the world tours in Paris, France. You'll be staying in a 4-star resort with breakfast included, deluxe double rooms, 5 days, 4 nights for as low as $379. And our world tours and getaways are for 2 people. Here's one in New York. If you don't want to go overseas, here's one in New York. Breakfast included, and this is during New York Fashion Week. 5 days, 4 nights, $539 after you apply your points. Get your passport and a better understanding and take a world tour to Montego Bay. 5-star resort, all inclusive, meaning all your foods and all your drink. You get a junior suite ocean view, 5 days, 4 nights for as low as $59 per person. Montego Bay. You don't want to go to Montego Bay? How about going to the richest country in the world? Go to Dubai. You can get a waterfront property, and it includes breakfast. You can go as low, the dollar ones are sold out, but you still got a chance to go for $129 to Dubai. This is one of the world tours from Las Vegas in 2020. See some of our business partners there. Marcy, would you like to come forth and talk about this trip?
I knew you was going to say that, and I said, let me put my cursor over here to click on the speaker. Listen, this world tour my husband and I took, I was just a member, and we went for 4 days, 3 nights. We paid $199 for the whole stay for two people. Now, the Wynn Hotel is a 5-star hotel. I mean, they grab your bags when you get out of your Uber ride and take them up to your room. I mean, we walked through the doors. They had infrared cameras to check to make sure we had no fevers, and this was right dab in the middle of the pandemic. It was very clean. Our room was sealed. We had a separate entrance to go up to the panoramic view rooms. These are upgraded rooms that we all stayed in. Alexa opened the curtains, turned on music. Your view, you can see clean up the strip. It was just amazing. And my husband was so impressed that he joined that while we were in Vegas and Trevorium, so he can have his own membership. So we have double the points. So let me tell you, it works when you have your significant other a member as well, because you have double the points. It's an amazing experience.
Thank you so much for that, Marcy, for telling us about that fancy hotel. I can't wait to visit that. And I'm glad you pointed out another thing. Double the fun, and even when we don't want to go with each other, we can always take trips by ourselves. Here's another one I see Marcy smack dead and right next to the 6-figure income earner and our CEO and his wife. They were in Cancun, Mexico in 2021. We have up to 70% off, meaning no markup, just net rates on activities, cruises, tours, group travel, rental cars, resorts, shows, hotels, and so much more. So I know you like how I was when I first got started, when I heard this information. I said, where I sign up? How do you get started? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we got 3 memberships. We got a basic, titanium, and platinum. Now, I don't really stress too much about the basic, because that's mainly for our overseas partners who don't have the different luxuries that we have over here. So I'll start with the platinum, because that's the best. That'd be $299.90 one time, and then $125 a month. And the $125 turns into $250 every month. Then that's too much for you, that's okay. Take the medium. Titanium, that's $180 one time, and then $70 a month. Yes, I am rounding up. And like I said, it's just like putting $1, that same amount of money in another pocket, but getting it doubled. So like the company is going half on your vacation. Now, who wouldn't want somebody go half on a vacation for them? Now, I know you're wondering, do I have to keep paying my monthly subscription? That big old red box with the NO in it says no. All you gotta do is join the partnership fee. That's $49.95 one time, and then once every year on your anniversary. And it's that right now, but it's getting ready to go up. But that right there allows you to have your own home-based business. You'll have a marketing website. You'll get the hotelsite.com website, ongoing training, back office access tools, and so much more. You'll learn all the tax benefits, the 475 or something like that tax breaks to having a home-based business once you join that partnership. Now, I'm not really going to go into the 10X compensation plan, but what I would do is say, get back with the person who invited you for full disclosure of our 10X compensation plan, because it's off the chain and it is steady changing and growing. What happened? Marcy, was that the end of the presentation?
Well, yeah, you said you didn't want to go through the compensation plan.
I was looking forward to the final Trevorium. That's the end of our presentation. A better life requires a better way. Like I said, get back with the person who invited you to the presentation. It is definitely question time. So I'm gonna turn it back over to Marcy to see if there's any questions or any burning testimonies that anybody may have. Back to you, Marcy.
I don't see any questions, so this is the time you can either unmute your mic or you can put it in the chat and we'll read it for you and answer the question. So are there any questions? I do see a few visitors or guests on.
Yes, Miss Connie White and Miss Monica.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys, are you queens clear on everything? Any questions? You can unmute yourself. If so.
Any questions? Something you would like for us to go over? So Tanya, I wanted to clarify, you were saying that the price for the different packages, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. Something crazy going on. You were talking about the prices for the different packages, and what we seen on the screen was different than what you were saying. What were you doing? Were you adding?
I was at what I said the first time. I was adding the $49.95 partnership fee.
Okay.
But there's going to change. I don't know when it's going to change. The $49.95 will be $99.95. So one time and once a year.
In as soon as possible.
It is best to get in.
First, that is supposed to change.
I believe so.
All right. Somebody says no questions right now. You want to talk about the 3 different people that may be in the room?
Sure. There are always 3 types of people in the room. The A person is me, where you had me at free. When you had me travel for less, when you said get paid to travel, you had me sign me up. If that is you, put that in the chat or make sure you just get back to the person that invited you. Then there's the B person. Marcy, the B person is the type of person that say, well, look, I got to move some money around. I got to talk to the better half or the spouse or whatever. I got to see if I can ask grandmama and them to let me hold a couple dollars. If that's you, great. Put that in the chat and make sure you get back to the person who invited you to this presentation. And then there's the C person. Oh, no, this is a scam. No, this don't work. This is a pyramid. Well, listen, we already have and are using these travel memberships. I've been on 20 different vacations and I've written off 20 different vacations. So all you have to do is get back to the person that invited you. Tell them yes, tell them no, tell them quick, because we are on the go. And hey, it may not be for you, but it may be for somebody that you know. So feel free to give somebody else a chance to listen to the information. And like I said, mainly get back to the person that invited you to this presentation.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Monica said she had no questions, but Tanya, are airfare included with this packages for Trevorium?
I'm glad you asked that, Marcy. I am also a travel agent, and because the airfare is federally regulated, nobody is getting commission off of just booking flights only. So when I fly out, I'll be coming out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. My fees is different from where Marcy can fly out from, because she in Atlanta, Georgia. It's going to be different from somebody else coming out of, so it's different. So no flights are not included. But we do, as a team, have been very, very creative on how we find our lowest flights, because teamwork make the dream work. So of course, but I like to say this: if you're paying $1 for a trip, and if you get into this business and work it as a business, every flight that you'll take, you can write it off. Those are facts. I have done it. Every trip that you take, you can write it off. Where my thing at? Dun, 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 dun. Uncle Sam will pay you to run a home-based business. I am not tech savvy, so I didn't create this pamphlet, but I'm telling you, the things in here, you can write off a portion of your utilities, your rent, your mortgage, your house, your spouse, your kids. I'm telling you what God love is the truth. And Uncle Sam, you can even get yourself a I'm telling you, a little something, something. And people don't know what they don't know. So when you know better, you're supposed to do better. So I would say give back to the person that invited you to this presentation, because they cared enough about you to even share this with you. It is a financial crime not to share something that's going to save, especially with everything so high.
Absolutely.
People complaining about gas prices, but they steady getting in their car, driving around. You're going to do it anyway. Why not get paid for it? Is all we saying.
Absolutely. And listen, it pays to have your family. You have adult children like I do. I have 3 adult daughters. They each have a membership, as well as my husband. So when we go on family vacations, we use our membership, and we're able to save hundreds of dollars. I mean, staying at really nice places. So I wanted to see if Alicia or Jennifer was available to explain to us what they're doing next month. Are you guys available?
I know I want to be adopted in
They
their
may be
family.
both at work.
But I know about 23 of their family members going to Cancun for less than $5,000.
Yeah. And it seems like every week they've added new members, so the family's
right
catching on.
So, Miss Linda, are you available to talk?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Hey, aren't you part of the Davis family? Part of the 23? Y'all gonna be like Spartan. Instead of 300, 23 so far and growing. Can you tell us about that? How is it traveling, being able to travel with your family like that?
So it is absolutely amazing to be able to travel with your family and go plenty of nice trips together, especially our annual family trip, which we are preparing to go on in less than a month. So we go mid July, and I heard you mention, that dollar amount. So there are
Oh, she breaking up because she driving.
I think she's driving.
Traveling, immediate family member.
How many again? Could you repeat that?
5-star, if we were paying our members, would be in excess of $13,000. Because we are Trevorium members, over half of us are
And we got a bad connection. She's traveling.
Members.
$200.
$3,000 by being, more than $10,000 by being members.
Okay, so this is what I heard. You're saving almost $10,000. Well, $10,000. You're taking 23 family members, and retail is 13,000. So look, it just makes sense. Do you want to pay 13,000 or $3,000? I mean, it just makes sense to me. Thank you so much for that, Lisa. Linda.
Awesome. All right. I still do not see any questions. Anybody want to unmute your mic? Anyone wants to give a testimony of a trip they may have went on or they're planning to go on? Let's see.
Well, I don't have too much time or a big testimony right now, but I am on my way to Colorado, and I use my back office, the net rate travel site, to book our studio suite. And when I looked up retail price, we saved $260 from using our back office.
Wow.
So that was enough.
And I'm glad you mentioned that the net booking site, because I go back and forth to Cleveland like every 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. I've been going back and forth, staying at the DoubleTree for the week, less than $200. Retail price was like $900. I mean, and we get loyalty points. So those points we can use to buy down future travel. Using that net booking site. So that's like travel agent sites, and sometimes even better. So thank you so much for that, Sasha, and I can't wait to see the pictures of Colorado Springs
Absolutely.
and all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Marcy, I made a mistake and muted you.
That's all right. We still have a few minutes. If anyone else has any more questions or would like to give a testimony, you can do it now. We want to make sure that every question is answered. Okay. And also, I would like to mention too that our site has an entertainment portal that if you're away and you want to do excursions or different activities, you can go in that back office and get those excursions and activities booked right in our back office.
I got a testimony on that as well, that
Okay.
entertainment portal. So back in March, the Harlem Globetrotters had came to Minnesota where I live. And we bought 4 tickets, my husband, myself, and then our 2 boys. And in our back office, we spent $191 and got very nice seats. And when I was in Memphis, my auntie, she ended up calling me to talk to me about other stuff, but she had mentioned that she had went to the same Globetrotter game. And so I was curious just to see what she spent, because it was just her and her grandson, so just 2 people, and she spent the same amount that we spent um, booking it retail. So you save quite a bit using that net portal for entertainment, shopping, hotels, everything. I just love
Awesome.
everything about this company and what we get.
Wow.
Yes.
We
I use it too.
Thank you, Sasha, for that testimony. I tell you, I use it quite often as
I
well.
mean, everything about this business I use. I think we went to this little medieval times live show where they give you a 4-course meal and a show where they jousting. It was, something I never did before, but I know I'll do it again. But I was able to save a lot of money on that. I do see a question in the chat. It say, to get to the back office, you need to be a representative or a member. Let me say yes to that. It's just like Sam's Club or Costco or BJ's. You pay a fee, and only you can go in there and shop and get those wholesale prices. David and Adela Hart just changed that concept. It's the same concept, but with travel. We get to travel for wholesale prices instead of retail. But yeah, being a member has its perks. It's a perk to being a member.
Absolutely.
And that was Miss Monica. I think she was a guest of Miss Gloria.
Yes, Monica, thank you for coming. If you have any more questions that you think of maybe later, feel free to talk with Gloria and she can help you out with any other questions that you may have.
Well, you can feel free to ask them right now while we're right here.
All right. All right, Miss Tanya. So I guess that wraps up our webinar tonight. We ask that you if you have any more questions or you need to see it again, we're on tomorrow night with Dr. Phil and Regina Johnson. They
Mm-hmm.
do an absolute wonderful presentation. And then again on Friday night will be Tanya, Sasha, and myself. So we would
Mm-hmm.
love to have you back. And again, sometimes you may need to see the information again so that you can understand. We welcome you back. Just get back to the person that invited you for the Zoom number, because there's a Zoom number for different nights. So to our guests, thank you. To our business partners, thank you for showing up. And to Coach D, let's shout out. It's her birthday tomorrow.
Happy
So
birthday, Coach
happy
D!
birthday.
Happy birthday, Coach D.
Woo!
There she is on
Yes.
her way to her celebration in Chicago. We wish her
Yes.
many, many more blessed birthdays.
Amen and amen to that.
All right. If our partners can unmute your mics and shout, give her a shout out for her birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Coach
birthday,
D.
Coach
Happy
D. Happy
birthday. Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you all for coming tonight. Thank you, Coach D, for entrusting us with your Wealthy Wednesday webinar. I wish you all a great night. Good night.
Good night.
Great job, ladies. I appreciate you. This is Sharon. Good night.
Thank
Thanks, Sharon.